President Trump today threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minnesota, where there is unrest ever since an ICE officer shot and killed a woman last week. And today, ICE officers shot another person. You can see some of these powerful images coming from that scene this morning. Here's Ivan Rodriguez as the clash between protesters and ICE agents heat up.
Heated clashes between federal officials and protesters erupting in Minneapolis Wednesday night after a federal agent shot and injured a man days after another protester was shot dead there.
I'm not mad at you.
The Department of Homeland Security says an immigration and customs enforcement agent tried to conduct a targeted traffic stop of a Venezuelan national who drove off, crashed, and fled on foot. When the officer caught up with him, DHS alleges the man resisted arrest and began to, quote, violently assault the officer.
Our ICE agents are following the law and running their operations according to training. Last night what we saw was 3 individuals weaponize shovels and brooms and attack an ICE officer that had to defend himself.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says federal agents are following the law and standard protocols. She also suggested people should be prepared to provide proof of citizenship to officers.
If we are on a target and doing an operation, there may be individuals surrounding that criminal that we may be asking who they are and why they're there and having them validate their identity.
In a Truth Social post, President Donald Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act to deploy federal troops to the state.
The Insurrection Act is a tool at the president's disposal, and I think the president's Truth Social post spoke very loud and clear.
State and local officials are calling for calm.
I really hope that the president does not do that. That's not what our city needs right now.
As some residents fear what could come next.
I am very scared. I'm worried that I'm not even able to go to school and feel safe.
In Atlanta, Ivan Rodriguez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Louisville Congressman Morgan McGarvey said the president wants to use these protests as pretense to get federal troops on American streets.
Keep in mind, this is a guy who on January 6th of 2021 refused to call in the National Guard and the troops when there was an actual insurrection at the United States Capitol. So excuse me if I don't believe that he's doing this for any reason other than trying to put his troops on American streets and squash protest, valid protest.
He said the ICE response is partly why articles of impeachment are being filed against Secretary Kristi Noem. The resolution McGarvey co-sponsored accuses Noem of a violation of public trust and self-dealing.